Very well, almost 1 year later, the country will finally welcome its second Auditor-General under the 2010 Constitution. The National Assembly yesterday approved the nomination of Nancy Janet Kafoi Gathongo to succeed Edward Ouko as Director General, Office of the Auditor-General. She is currently the Director of Audit in the same office, and before, she occupied the Deputy Director's office in the same directorate. She is basically an insider. Gathongo pipped 3 of her colleagues, William Agunda, David Gishana, and Sylvester Kiini, to the coveted but influential and high-pressure assignment that has an 8-year fixed term that is non-renewable. But even before she sets out to fill Ouko's big shoes, Gathongo has to contend with questions on the process that resulted in her ranking as the most suitable candidate. She had initially been interviewed for the critical position together with 16 other applicants by a selection panel chaired by Sami Onyango. That panel concluded that the shortlisted candidates had the requisite academic credentials, but none made the mark and recommended a fresh process. The Onyango panel concluded that the applicants lacked unique traits like tactfulness and diplomacy, which are required to handle the pressure that comes with the office. Later on, the Public Service Commission declared her the best candidate with a 70.3% score and recommended her nomination for appointment subject to parliamentary approval. Yesterday, Minority Leader John Mbadi was among lawmakers who expressed reservations with the process of selecting a nominee being handled by the Public Service Commission and proposed a more independent exercise for future occupiers of the Auditor General's office. While the jury is still out on how she made the cut, attention shifts to her ability to carry out the duties of closely monitoring the use of public resources by the national and 47 counties governments. Her predecessor told the nation that at least a third of the annual national budget remains unaccounted for every year. And even if, for argument's sake, we looked at the 2019-2020 budget, that would translate to about 1 trillion shillings. Her interest then is clearly full. The first key assignment will be dealing with pending audit reports and shining the spotlight on all the dark alleys used by the governors to siphon millions of devolved funds. The same rigorous scrutiny of books expected on national government accounts that often yields huge scandals worth billions of shillings every year. Her predecessor set the bar very high, with some level of independence and clarity of mind, despite glaring attempts to intimidate him by the executive. Gathongo must prove her worth. She must raise the bar even higher. She must be the ear and eye of Kenyan taxpayers by pointing to the county all the audit queries, big and small. During her tenure, every shilling must clearly be accounted for. The first obvious point of focus is the COVID-19 billions at the Ministry of Health and the 47 county governments where disasterpreneurs and crisis hawks are currently hovering. Remember our mantra the other day? Wakihesabu, tunahesabu. Wakijumlisha, tunajumlisha. Wakiiba, tunawamulika. So I wish her the best of luck. But I highly doubt luck alone will be enough. That's my punchline.